The early 20th century was marked by intense imperial competition among the great powers. Britain, France, Germany, and other European nations were engaged in a scramble for colonies in Africa, Asia, and the Pacific. This competition often led to conflicts and heightened tensions. Nationalism was a powerful force, particularly in Europe. Ethnic groups within multi-ethnic empires, such as the Austro-Hungarian and Ottoman empires, sought self-determination. Nationalist movements in the Balkans, for instance, were a significant source of instability. The major European powers formed complex alliances aimed at preserving their security and interests. The most notable were the Triple Alliance, Germany, Austria-Hungary, and Italy, and the Triple Entente, France, Russia, and Britain. Military buildup and an arms race characterized the period. Advances in technology and industrial capacity led to the development of more powerful weapons and larger armies. This arms race created a sense of inevitable conflict. Industrialization continued to transform societies. The rise of factories and mass production led to urbanization, with people flocking to cities in search of work. This shift created new social dynamics and challenges, including overcrowding and poor working conditions. Economic growth was uneven. While some regions and industries thrived, others lagged behind. This disparity contributed to social tensions and unrest. The early 1900s saw the rise of labor movements advocating for better working conditions, higher wages, and the right to unionize. Strikes and protests were common as workers sought to improve their lives. Social reforms were enacted in many countries to address the issues caused by industrialization and urbanization. These included laws on child labor, working hours, and public health measures. The period saw remarkable technological advancements. The spread of electricity revolutionized industry and daily life. The telephone and telegraph improved communication, and the automobile began to transform transportation. Aviation made significant strides, with the Wright brothers' first powered flight in 1903. These technological innovations would later play crucial roles in warfare and society. The early 20th century was a time of groundbreaking scientific discoveries. Albert Einstein published his theory of relativity in 1905, fundamentally changing our understanding of space and time. Advances in medicine, such as the development of vaccines and antibiotics, improved public health and increased life expectancy. The Balkans were a hotspot of tension. The decline of the Ottoman Empire left a power vacuum that neighboring countries and nationalist movements sought to fill. The Balkan Wars, 1912-1913, increased instability in the region. The immediate trigger for World War I was the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary by a Bosnian Serb nationalist in Sarajevo on June 28, 1914. This event set off a chain reaction among the major powers. Following the assassination, Austria-Hungary issued an ultimatum to Serbia. Serbia's response was deemed unsatisfactory, leading Austria-Hungary to declare war on July 28, 1914. The alliance system came into play, with Russia mobilizing in support of Serbia, Germany declaring war on Russia and France, and Britain entering the war following Germany's violation of Belgian neutrality. By August 1914, Europe was engulfed in a full-scale war. The European Empire's global reach meant that the conflict quickly became a world war. Colonies were drawn into the conflict, and battles were fought in various parts of the globe, including Africa and Asia. The United States, initially neutral, would later enter the war in 1917, shifting the balance of power and contributing to the eventual Allied victory. The early 1900s was also a period of cultural and intellectual vibrancy. The arts, literature, and philosophy were flourishing, with movements such as modernism, challenging traditional forms and ideas. However, the optimism of the era was overshadowed by the looming threat of war. Many intellectuals and artists began to reflect on the growing sense of unease and the potential for widespread conflict. The early 1900s were a time of great progress and profound anxiety. Advances in technology, science, and industry transformed societies, while political and social tensions simmered beneath the surface. The intricate web of alliances, imperial ambitions, and nationalist fervor set the stage for a conflict that would engulf the world. The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand was the spark that ignited this volatile mix, leading to a war that would reshape the global order and have lasting repercussions for decades to come. The narrative of the early 1900s is a testament to the complexities of progress and the fragility of peace in a rapidly changing world.